Trix. Say, Alice, do you have any black thread I could borrow?
Oh, gee, I don't know. I'll look. Oh, gee, Trixie, I got red, I got green, gray, brown, orange, but no black.
Well, that's all right. Any of those will do.
Any of these will do. Doesn't the color make any difference? I thought you said you wanted black.
Well, I did, but it doesn't really matter. I'm mending Ed's work pants. And in the sewers, neatness doesn't count.
Well, here, take the box and use whatever you want.
Okay. Gee, it's awfully quiet around here tonight, Alice. Isn't Ralph home yet?
Oh, sure, he's home. He's in the bedroom writing his speech.
His speech?
Yeah, he has to make one tonight for his lodge meeting. You know, the International Order of the Friendly Sons of the Raccoons.
I didn't know Ralph was a raccoon.
Sure, he's been one for years. Doesn't Ed belong to a lodge?
No, Ed's not a raccoon, and he isn't an owl, and he isn't an eagle. But he does have the habits of a monkey. Say, listen, Alice. If Ralph has to make that speech tonight, why didn't he write it before this?
Well, he just found out about it today. You see, this guy that's the head of the lodge, his name's George Williams.
Yeah.
Well, he called Ralph down at the bus depot, and he said that he wanted him to sit at the speaker's table or something like that and stand up and say a few words. Well, you know Ralph, he accepted it naturally. So he's going crazy in there now trying to think of something to say.
Well, listen, if he's going to the lodge meeting, why don't I call the girls and we can get together and have a card game?
It's fine with me.
I'll go up and phone him. See you later.
Okay.
Well, where are they?
Where's what?
Where's what? Do I look like a full-dressed raccoon?
Oh, you mean your pants?
Well, congratulations, Sergeant Friday. Yes, my pants, where are they?
Oh, don't get so excited, Ralph. I took them out today along with the rest of your uniform to get a little pressing done on it. I found there was a stain on the pants, so I sent them to the cleaners.
You took them to the cleaners? How could you do that? I got a meeting in a minute.
Ralph, there's nothing to get excited about. They'll be back in time. I made sure of that. I was going to take them to the cleaners on the corner. And when I got down there, I found they only had 8 hours service, and I didn't want to take a chance. So I walked all the way down to the cleaners on Halsey Street. They only had 7 hours service. Finally, I walked all the way downtown, and I found a place that had 6 hours service, so I left them there.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. You spent 8 hours looking for a place to save yourself 2 hours.
Don't yell at me, Ralph Cramden. Don't yell at me. You got the stain on those pants, not me. And what's more, the cleaner told me it was beer.
If I have told you once, I have told you 1,000 times that we have no drinking at the lodge meetings.
Oh, pardon me. I suppose you were cold sober when you came home the other night, walked in the bedroom, opened the window, stuck your head out, and yelled, "Hey, Mrs. Gallagher, would you kindly get your cat out of my apartment?"
May I ask you what Mrs. Gallagher's cat was doing in my apartment?
There wasn't any cat. You had that hat on backwards.
Don't steam me, Alice. Don't steam me. I can't go like this. I gotta make a speech, not pose for a calendar.
Listen, Ralph, you can stop worrying about the pants. They promised to deliver them by 7 o'clock. Now you got 15 minutes. Why don't you rehearse your speech a little bit? I haven't even heard it.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I memorized part of it.
All right.
Fella raccoons.
Yeah.
Well, that's the part I got memorized. Wait a while.
Ralph, just read me the speech. Now, while you're reading it, you'll memorize it.
All right. You know, I put in a little joke, to start it off with a laugh. Will you hear this? Fella raccoons, I know it was difficult to get this meeting started, and I know all you raccoons work like beavers. Well, you're not laughing.
I don't think it's very funny.
You mean you don't get it? Let me explain it to you. A raccoon and a beaver are two different kinds of animals.
Uh-huh.
You don't think the guys will laugh at that, huh?
Only if your pants don't arrive.
One of these days. One of these days. All right, now kiss her.
Let's say that, folks. What happened, Ralph? You get drafted?
You ever see anybody in the Army with a uniform like this? I'm not drafted. I'm a raccoon.
Well, I'm a butterfly, and I'm flying out of here.
Wait a minute. When I say I'm a raccoon, I don't mean I'm a raccoon. I mean I'm the member of the lodge. You know what the lodge's name is? The International Order of the Friendly Sons of the Raccoon. Hey, how would you like to join the lodge? Wear a uniform like this.
Not me, Ralph. I got bony knees.
She sent my pants to the cleaners.
I don't think I'd like to join the lodge anyway. I did once, I'll never forget it. Never again. Never forget the night of the initiation. It lasted till 4 o'clock in the morning. Next day I was black and blue. I had a backache, a cut over my eye.
Tough initiation, huh?
Initiation, nothing. I got home, Trixie beat me up.
Look, pal, I have a little speech to memorize here. It's a long one, and I'd like to get at it. Now, if you don't mind... Hey, wait a minute. You got a sense of humor. See what you think of this joke.
Sure, I got a sense of humor. I'm a Pinky Lee fan. I know what's funny.
Well, listen to this anyway. Fellow raccoons, I know in order to get this meeting started tonight, you raccoons had to work like beavers. Well?
I don't know, Ralph. It may get a big laugh, but it just don't get me right down in the head.
I don't care if it gets you down there. All I want is a laugh. Can you take a hint?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I have a long speech to memorize. The fellas are coming to pick me up any minute. My pants haven't arrived from the cleaners yet, and I gotta start memorizing the speech, and I'd like to do it alone.
Good deal. Now, what's the hint?
Will you get out of here?
Gee, what a grouch!
Now, maybe I could have some peace and memorize this thing. Fellow raccoons, I know you've worked hard tonight to get this meeting started. You raccoons worked like beavers. And of course, there are many of you who many times have come to us and have said, on top of... Will you leave me alone? Every time you interrupt me, I can't learn it. You know I gotta learn something starting from the top and go right through it, or I can't get it.
Want your pants?
Oh, my pants. Oh, thanks. What I owe you, kid?
Well, depends on how you'll pay me. Trick or treat.
What do I owe you for the pants?
I'll be $1 even.
All right. Take care of the kid. I'll put my pants on.
Okay. What is that, $1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's $1 for the pants. And here's a dime for you.
Oh, keep the dime, lady. It was worth it.
Fellow raccoons. Fellow raccoons, I know that you worked hard to get this meeting started.
You don't have to shout.
Will you leave me alone? I told you I can't memorize anything unless I do it all the way through.
All right, all right.
Every time you interrupt me, I gotta start again.
Okay,
So
I
just
won't
leave me
disturb
alone.
you anymore.
Fellow raccoons, I know that you all worked hard to get this meeting started.
I called the girls about the card game.
Yeah.
Fellow raccoons, I know you all were...
Because he's rehearsing his speech. He doesn't want to be interrupted.
Fellow raccoons, I know you all worked hard to...
She can make it.
Oh, yeah?
Fellow raccoons, I know you worked... Fellow raccoons, I know
She's
you...
going bowling.
Fellow
Did you
raccoons,
get a
I know
phone?
you... Shut up! All right, you get out! And if you don't shut your mouth, you're going out too!
I'll talk to you later. And you call my Ed a mental case.
Well, are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? I'm in no mood now. I can't memorize anything. 300 guys were dependent upon me tonight. 300 of them. I was going to make a speech to them. They were going to sit there and listen to me. Because they had confidence in what I was going to say. But no. You got to get me all upset. 300 guys think I'm important, but you don't. You don't think I'm important enough to give me a chance to memorize. Well, it's okay. But you don't know what you did to me, Alice. I could have made a speech, maybe gone to a convention in Switzerland. All the raccoons from all over the world are going to be there. It's all right. I won't make the speech. I won't be promoted. And it's all your fault, Alice. It's all your fault!
Ah, shut up.
I'll turn to you later. Come in! Alice, you're a very fortunate person. You're probably the first woman that ever saw that ritual.
Is this your wife, Ralph?
Certainly is, George. Alice, I want you to meet George Williams. He's the head of our lodge.
Hello, Mr. Williams.
Hey, George, would you like to hear the speech I'm going to make?
Wait a minute, Ralph. What speech is that?
Well, you asked me to say a few words at the thing tonight. And
Well, I know, but you don't have to write it. I've got it right here in my pocket. There you are.
You wrote it for me yourself?
Yeah. Boy, this is going to be great.
Gee, thanks a lot, pal.
That's all right. It's all right. Say, by the way, doesn't Brother Flaherty live upstairs on the 4th floor?
4th floor.
Yeah, well, I'll go up and get him. I'll meet you down in the car. How's that?
Okay,
Fine,
sir.
I'll see you later.
Well, I guess that'll show you how important I am. The head of the lodge himself wrote my speech. Now, if you'll sit down, I'll recite it.
Okay, Ralph. What does it say? What does it say, Ralph?
Gives me great pleasure to introduce our main speaker for the evening, George Williams. I'm an important guy. I'm an important guy, all right. I'm only important to me. Big raccoon. I'm sorry, baby.
Don't worry about it, Ralph. You'll always be head raccoon in this house.
Baby, you're the greatest.
What is it all?
I'm sorry to bother you, lady, but we're warning everybody in the neighborhood. There's a prowler loose in the neighborhood, you see, and we think he might have ran in here.
Oh, a prowler in this building? Well, is he
now,
dangerous?
don't you be alarmed, lady. Don't be alarmed. The police are covering the building, see? So everything will be all right, but you play safe and try to keep your door locked.
Yes.
And I'll tip you off when we catch him.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Ralph! Ralph, come out here. Ralph!
What time is it?
Ralph, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning, and there's a prowler loose in the building.
4 o'clock in the morning? I'm going back to bed. Wow! A prowler! Quick, Alice, hide your wristwatch.
I don't have to hide it, Ralph. It's at the jeweler's being repaired.
Every time we need that wristwatch, it's out being repaired. Somebody's got to go for the police.
Ralph, the police were just here. They told me about the prowler.
The police are in the building?
Yes.
Well, what did you get me up for? What are you trying to do? Give me a heart attack or something? The police are here. There's nothing to worry about. I'm going back to bed.
Ralph, how can you talk about going back to bed when there's a prowler out there somewhere?
Well, what do you...
Supposing he comes in here and tries to steal something.
Well, what do you want me to do? Stay up and show him where to look when he gets here? I'm going to bed. I gotta drive a bus in the morning.
Ralph, you're going to stay here with me. I'm too nervous to go to bed, and I'm not going to stay up here all by myself.
Well, if you want somebody to stay up with you, get your mother. She'll protect you. She knows how to handle a man that sneaks in at 4 o'clock in the morning. Ask your father.
Don't talk about my father, Ralph. At least he never left my mother unprotected.
Oh, pardon me for insulting your wonderful family. Oh, you know, maybe this isn't a prowler. It might be one of your relatives looking for a night's lodging. Now, look, I'm going to bed and don't bother.
No, you're not. Now, listen, Ralph. That policeman warned me to lock the door. You know perfectly well that that catch doesn't work, and we can't lock it.
Well, what do you want me to do? Push some furniture up against the door?
Well, it would make me feel safer.
Oh, that's fine. Then we can get some sleep. I don't know how I get mixed up in these things. I do more work in the middle of the night than most people do all day.
Well, I won't feel safe, Ralph, in the bedroom either. Supposing he comes in the bedroom window.
If he comes in the bedroom window, I'm going to let him.
You're gonna let him?
Yes, and when he's in the bedroom, I'm going to shake his hand and congratulate him. I haven't been able to get that window open since we moved in here.
Listen here, Ralph Crandon. I'm a little bit too nervous to appreciate your sense of humor. I'll thank you to put something else up in front of this door.
Sure. I'll put the icebox and the stove on top of this. Then when the prowler peeks in, he'll think it's an empty warehouse and go away. I gotta go to bed, Alice.
Well, all right then, Ralph, I'll go, but I don't think I'm gonna sleep a wink.
Look, there's nothing to worry about. The prowler's never gonna come in here, and anyway, if he does, I'm here to protect you.
Well, what are you gonna do now, Mr. J. Edgar Hoover?
Shut up.
Why don't you get your gun?
Get what gun?
The gun your uncle gave us for our anniversary.
Oh, that's an antique. An old gun like that wouldn't fire. Besides, it's not loaded. Maybe I better get it anyway. All right. Get behind me. Oh, I want to tell you this. If anything happens to me, you won't have to worry again the rest of your life. I left all of this to you in my will. All right, get away from that door. I got a gun.
Don't you rob with me, Lord!
Gun! See how you get when you get scared over nothing? Shut up. Wait a minute. Come in.
There's a prowler loose in the building. There's a prowler in the building. You better pile some stuff up against the door.
Thank you, but I've already done that.
How did I get in?
The same way you're going out. Now, good night.
Just a minute, Ed. You shouldn't be down here at a time like this. Leaving Trixie all alone upstairs, she must be terribly frightened.
Look, don't worry about Trixie. She can take care of herself. A stranger on the street once spotted her, got fresh with her. She smacked him over the head with a pocketbook. Boy, I'll tell you, she chased him for 6 blocks.
She catch him?
She sure did. That's how we met.
Look, Ed, I'm not interested in that. All I know is if I was upstairs with Trixie, I'd be mighty scared.
Look, don't worry about Trixie. She's armed. She's standing by the door with a frying pan.
A frying pan? That's no weapon.
It is when she cooks.
Will you go upstairs and let us go to sleep?
Yeah, I will. But listen, do me a favor. If the prowler should sneak in here, will you just holler, "Hey, Norton"?
Oh, and I suppose you'll come down and save us.
No, but it will want me to get out of the building.
Get out of here!
All right, I'll see you in the morning. I hope. Woo! What's the matter? I heard footsteps on the stairs. I think it's the prowler.
Ralph, do something.
All right, quick, the bureau.
Get...
Look out. Push it.
Well, I'll...
Get over there and push the bureau up against the door.
I'm only trying to help.
Yes, you'll help. Wait a minute, you idiot! Get up! Against the door! All right, put this chair on. All right, now look. Keep quiet and maybe you'll think there's nobody in here.
All right.
There's...
Hey! Go away!
You shut up?
It's Trixie.
She's probably coming down to tell us to push some furniture against the door, too.
Sure. Come on.
Come in.
Oh, Trixie, you gave us an awful scare.
Don't worry, Alice. She always looks like this at night.
Norton, will you please come back upstairs? What'd you stay down here so long for anyway?
It's safer down here. They got more junk to pile up against the door.
Didn't it even occur to you to come up and protect me?
I was on my way up to protect you, but I heard footsteps. It was the prowlers.
It wasn't the prowler, it was Trixie's footsteps.
Trixie's the prowler?
You are a mental case. Now look, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. All night I've been pushing furniture around. I got a bus to drive in the morning. Will you please go upstairs and let us go to bed?
I don't need the ceiling to fall on my head. Come on, Trixie.
Good night, Alice. Good night, Ralph.
I hope your conscience lets you sleep.
Well, can we go to bed now?
Oh, Ralph, I'm too jittery to go to bed. I think I'll make us a cup of coffee. You keep me company here, will you? And then as soon as we've had it, I'll go to bed.
All right, but make it fast.
Okay. I'll use hot water from the tap. That'll do it.
Prowler's running around at 4 o'clock in the morning. I gotta drive a bus and make change and everything else.
Listen, Ralph, I think I'll make myself a bite to eat. You want to have something with me?
4 o'clock in the morning we get hot water. During the day it's ice cold.
All I said was, do you want to have something to eat with me? I'm going to fix something.
All right, make me a sandwich. I might as well. It's almost breakfast time anyway. Boy, you women kill. A prowler. There must be 84 apartments in this building, and you think the prowler's gonna come into this one. The place is probably crawling with police in the first place. There's nothing to be worried about. If he comes in here, I'm here to protect him. Nobody's going to hurt you, honey. Best way to stay calm is just say to yourself over and over again, just relax, relax, relax.
Hey, Ralph, how about a nice ham and cheese sandwich, okay? And with a little pickle on it would be...
All right, shut up, lady, and you won't get out. All I want to do is get out of here. There he is. All right, don't shoot. You got me. All right, come on. Get him on. Are you all right, lady?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I'll be around to see you tomorrow morning for a statement.
All right, officer. Oh. Oh, boy, Ralph. How can you just sit there drinking coffee when something like this is going on? Ralph? Ralph, what's the matter?
Just relax, 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 relax. Nobody's going to hurt you while I'm here. I'm here to protect you. Boy, my head's itchy.
Come on, Ralph, let's go to bed.
Oh, I suppose my little talk did you some good, huh? You're not scared anymore. All right, let's go to bed. Oh, and by the way, if it make you feel any safer, I can hide this gun underneath our pillow. You certainly are a riot. You always give me a laugh. Imagine a burglar being afraid of a gun like this. It might have done some good at that. He might have died laughing at it. This thing must be 8... Boy, you certainly are married to an idiot.
Oh,
Baby.
I love you, Ralph.
You're the greatest.
Trixie? Somebody sick?
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Look, Alice, I know it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I hate to bother you, but...
Yeah, well, what is it?
Well, you know, they painted our apartment today,
Yes.
and the smell of the paint is awful. We just can't sleep. So Ed and I were wondering if...
You can stop wondering, Trixie. Tell Ed to come on down. You can spend the rest of the night with us.
Oh, gee, Alice, that's swell. Ed!
Yeah. Hi, Alice. Alice, you're a sweet kid. Come on, Trixie, we're going to go upstairs and get the folding cot.
Okay. Ralph! Oh, Ralph! Wake up!
Boy, I'm dead. I hardly got any sleep last night. I don't know how I'm going to drive a bus today. Got my lunchbox packed?
It's not time to go to work yet, Ralph. It's only 3 o'clock.
Oh, well, I'll go back to bed. 3 o'clock! 3 o'clock? Why'd you get me up at this time for?
Because the Nortons had their apartment painted today.
The Nortons had their apartment painted. What happened? Did the news flash just come over the radio?
No. Trixie just came down and told me. She said they couldn't sleep because of the smell of the paint, and she asked if they could spend the rest of the night with us, and I said yes.
What are you running down here, a Bowery mission or something? Boy, that's a hot one. Norton works in the sewer all day, and he can't stand the smell of paint.
Well, he's just going up to get the cot, and you'll just have to put up with it. He's going to come down and put it right up here in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, I hope they'll be very comfortable. I'm going to bed.
Now, just a minute, Ralph. You can't expect Trixie to sleep on a cot. You and Norton will have to sleep here in the kitchen together.
Just a moment. When your mother comes over to visit us, I have to sleep in the kitchen. When your Aunt Ethel comes, I have to sleep in the kitchen. It's a good thing we haven't got a cat, because if he wanted to sleep in the kitchen, I'd have to sleep in a box of sand out in the hall.
Now, come on, Ralph. It's only for one night.
Only for one night, I have to drive a bus in the daytime. One of these days. One of these days. All right.
Here they come. Oh.
What's that, Ralph? Hope I didn't disturb your sleep.
No, you didn't disturb my sleep. I get up every morning at 3 o'clock. That's to make sure I got a seat in the subway going to work.
Come on, Trixie. Let's go in the bedroom so the boys can get some sleep. Night, boys.
Hey, Alice, I'm warning you. Trixie puts a cold feet on your back.
All right, come on, let's get the cot up.
Wait a minute, let me do it. I've put this cot up and taken it down 100 times. Okay, what? It sticks once in a while with weather.
Would you mind kicking that leg nearest you, toward you?
Up.
All right. I hope you don't talk in your sleep, Norton. I'm very tired. Good night, Norton.
Night.
I thought you said you put this thing up 100 times.
I have, and every time I do, the same thing happens.
Will you please fix it? All right, wait a minute. Give me the pillow. We'll sleep up a hill.
We forgot the sheet first.
Good night, Norton.
Good night. Ralph, you got a cigarette?
Yes, I have a cigarette. O'clock in the morning, have you got a cigarette? Here's your cigarette.
You. Have a match, please.
Okay, pal. You dirty. There's your match, Norton. Thank you. Oh, wait till tomorrow. Aren't you going to smoke that cigarette?
This isn't for now, it's for the first thing in the morning.
Good night, Norton.
Night.
Hey, Ralph. Yeah?
I think I changed my mind. I'm going to have a cigarette now. You want one?
I ain't in there, man.
Hey, Ralph, I dropped the match in the bed. Ralph, I dropped...
No, man. Could happen to anyone, huh? All the time it happens to me whenever I'm with you. Now look, I gotta get some sleep. The both of you go upstairs. After all, the smell of paint ain't so bad, it never bothered me.
Well, wait a minute. I got the whole solution. You and Alice go upstairs, Trixie and I sleep down here.
Take your erector set and get out of here.
Just a minute, Ralph. They're my guests. I invited them here.
Don't you start. You're the one that started the whole thing. They come in here at 3 o'clock in the morning, you welcome them with open arms. I come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, you slam the door in my face.
Will you please, not in front of Ed and Trixie? Besides, you're waking up all the neighbors.
I hope I do. Maybe they gotta have their apartments painted. We'll all grab a brush and have a ball.
Alice, I think we'd better go back upstairs.
Nothing doing, Trixie. You're staying here.
They're going upstairs.
They're staying here.
They're going upstairs.
They're going upstairs over my dead body.
Don't tempt me.
Ralph, let's just go back to sleep and talk about this whole thing in the morning.
Ed, don't you know when you're being insulted?
Yes, I know when I'm being insulted, but I can't stand the smell of paint.
Alice, I hope you won't get mad at me because you're my best friend, and I know that none of this is your fault. But I gotta say this. Ed, are you gonna stand there and let this meathead talk to you like that?
You're right, Trixie. Ralph, I'm mad at you.
You're mad at me. You're mad at me. You come down here at 3 o'clock in the morning and you wake me up. If that isn't enough, you set up a cot and it falls down. Then you ask me for cigarettes, then matches. And if that is enough, you try to burn me alive. You are the most ignorant, the most idiotic, and the most stupid bum I've ever met in my life.
Ralph, you hurt me. Deep down in here, you hurt me. Trixie, we're leaving.
All right, Ralph. You satisfied now? You just lost your best friend. He'll probably never speak to you again, and you deserve it.
Well, that's just fine. My best friend. There's a laugh. What do you mean, my best friend? The only reason he was my friend is so he could use me, so he could impose upon me. I'm glad this happened. I'm glad it happened. Tomorrow morning, I can't wait for tomorrow morning to come, so I can give him back the $10 he lent me. I'll give him back his bowling shoes and his fishing pole. And he'll be in no position to impose upon me again.
And what's Ed going to return that he ever borrowed from you?
What is he going to return? I'll tell you what he'll return.
Imposing on you, huh, Ralph? It's the only time that Ed Norton ever asked anything of you, and you turned him down.
Now, wait a minute. You're right, Alice. You know how I get when I lose my temper? I just don't know what I'm saying. I get steamed. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go right up to him now, and I'll apologize. He probably won't even speak to me, but I'll go up and apologize to him.
I'll forgive you, pal.
Shake, pal. Okay. Hey, go ahead and get Trixie. We'll spend the night down here.
Okay, Ralph.
Thanks, pal.
You're a sweet kid, too.
Trixie! You know, I'm pretty stupid. Yelling at people, screaming, raising my voice. You know, if it wasn't for you, I'd probably have no friends. I don't even know why you stick to me.
Only 'cause I love you, Ralph?
Baby, you're the greatest. All right. Where's the other one?
Where is what?
My other sock.
How should I know? I left 2 of them on the bed.
I looked under the bed, I looked over the bed, and I looked in the bed, and I can't find any sock.
All right. Take that one off and I'll get you another pair.
All right, and will you please hurry up? We're gonna miss the first race. I got enough aggravation trying to figure out these horses without you starting in.
Here's another pair. I see you found the other one.
Huh? I must be going nuts. Come on, Alice, will you hurry up?
All right, I just have to get out of this house dressed and into something nicer.
Well, hurry up.
Let's have another bar. All ready to go to the track?
Where did you get that jacket?
That's what they're wearing at the track.
Yeah, the horses, but not the people.
Listen, don't laugh, will you? It's my lucky jacket. One day I was walking down the street wearing this jacket. I found $5. I was lucky. One day I went to the horse races, bet on every race, won on every race. I was lucky. I was also wearing this jacket the night I met Trixie, my wife. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Al, all you have to do when you get to that track today is bet on the same horses that I'm picking. Comes a time in some guys' lives when they need a lucky jacket like that. I'll tell you one thing, pal. You have nothing to worry. All you have to do is bet on the horses that I bet on because I picked 5 show winners.
Hey, listen, just pay attention to me, please. Am I getting you undivided? All right, there's no such thing as a sure thing at the racetrack. Will you believe me, please? One guy once told me, I got a sure tip for you. This horse couldn't lose. The horse was full of benzodrine. There was an electric battery under the saddle. The jockey was bribed, the judges was fixed. And would you believe it, the horse lost the race?
That's ridiculous. How could the horse lose the race?
He caught his tail in the starting gate.
You are a mental case. Alice, what's holding you up now?
Will you stop yapping and I'll tell you. I decided to wear this brown dress, so I had to take everything out of the black bag and put it in my brown bag.
With all the things you carry in your bag, it'd be quicker to change your dress.
Shut up.
Shut up, huh? Shut up! The next time I take you someplace, I'll leave you home. Hey. You got any extra money you'd like to bet on a race? I have a horse in a 5th race that's got to win. It's a cinch.
Yeah?
You know how much I'm betting on him?
How much? Ralph, you bet $30 on one race.
Who's betting $30 on what race?
He is. I'll bet wait downstairs.
All right, Ralph Cramden. Where did you get $30 to put on one race?
Well, I took it from the rent.
You took our rent money to put on a wild scheme like that?
What do you mean, a wild scheme? This is no wild scheme. You know Charlie Henderson, the guy that drives the bus? Well, he's got a brother-in-law who has an uncle. And this uncle knows a guy that drives a milk wagon. And this milk wagon driver delivers milk to the barber who cuts the jockey's hair. And you call it a wild scheme.
Oh, that's different, Ralph. I'll run right out and put a down payment on the Lincoln Tunnel. All right, Ralph, hand over the money.
Now, wait a minute. This is a 90-to-1 shot. We bet $30 on it. Do you know how much 90 times $30 is? It comes to... It's a lot of money, Alice, a lot of money. Why, we can move into a penthouse and have a view of Central Park.
Yeah, and if you lose the rent money, we can live in Central Park and have a nice view of the penthouse.
Well, I don't want to argue about it now. We'll argue on the way to the track. Come in.
Hi, Mrs. Cramden. Here's a grocery
All
order.
right, Eddie, I'll take them.
Hey, Mr. Cramden, when you go out to the track today, will you make a bet for me?
How did you know we were going to the track?
Well, your wife told me when she placed the order.
Oh, my wife told you, huh? All right. What horse and how much?
Here, put this $5 on Olive Fancy in the 3rd.
$5 on our fancy in the 3rd.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks. I'll be around to collect tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye, Eddie.
Look, are you going to hurry up? I'll go without you if you don't. I don't want to miss the first race. Come in.
Oh, hello, Alice.
Hello.
Oh, Ralph, when you're at the races today, will you bet $5 for me on a bit of carney?
I'd be glad to.
You know, the boys at the pool room, they're betting a whole bundle on him. Here you are, Ralph. I had that 5 put away to bet on the Dodgers.
Thank you.
Well, have a nice time, folks.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, what did you do? Blab them out? Tell the whole neighborhood? What'd you say? We're going to the track? Maybe you missed some people. Well, I'll fix that. We're going to the track, everybody. Step up to the window. Well, answer the door. Don't keep the bettors waiting.
Come in.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Cram.
Hello.
Here you are. Here's your meat.
Thanks.
All right. How much and what horse?
Put $10 on Sweet Alibi.
$10 on Sweet Alibi. Let me have the money.
It's a sure thing. I'm an authority on horses.
I know. We had your hamburger last night. Let me have the money.
All I got is a 50. Can you make change?
Well, I got $5 from Eddie, 5 from Mrs. Gallagher, and I got 30 of my own. There you are. Here's $40.
So long. See you tomorrow.
All right. 10 on Sweet Alibi.
Well, I'll get my hat and coat, Ralph, and we can leave right away.
All right. Here's the list with the names on it. Here's the $50
Hey, Ralph.
bet.
Ralph, there's
Yeah.
a cop on his way up here. He heard you were taking bets. He thinks you're a bookie.
That's ridiculous. I'm no bookie. I'm not doing anything wrong. All I'm doing is taking some bets for friends.
Look, you're going to have a hard time convincing them that they're cracking down on bookies.
That's ridiculous. All I have to do is show him the list with the names on it. He can take the list around and show it to my friends, and they'll prove I was only taking it.
Listen, if he sees a slip with names on it, you're cooked. You got to get rid of the slip.
Maybe you're right. I got it. I'll hide it under the icebox.
No. That's the first place they always look.
Open up, it's the police.
Just a minute. We're not ready.
I got it. I'll stick it in a faucet.
No, not the faucet. The cop might want to drink. Listen, there's only one way to destroy the evidence. Swallow it. I saw Humphrey Bogart doing a picture.
Okay, here I come. Gee, I'm sorry I kept you waiting, but I was taking a shower.
All right. Who's taking bets up here?
Taking bets?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have made some mistake. There's nobody taking any bets here.
Come on, Ralph, let's get out of here fast. You got a list of the bets?
So I made a mistake, huh? Well, I think the three of you better come with me.
What's the matter, Ralph?
He thinks I'm a bookie.
Oh, officer, there must have been a mistake. We were just going to the track this afternoon, and we said we'd put a couple of bets for some friends of ours. You probably know them. It's Max the butcher, Eddie the grocery boy. Show him the list, Ralph. That'll prove it to him.
Oh. I can't show him the list. You see, when you started up here, I got a little panicky and I swallowed it.
Yeah?
Hey, but wait a minute. I got the money. You can take the money back to him and ask him. Ask him if they didn't... Wait a minute. This is the list. I must be going nuts. I swallowed the $50.
Well, you folks sure don't look like any bookmakers to me. But just to make sure, I'll check up on these names.
Madge, swallowing $50. I bet every time you burp, it sounds like a cash register opening up.
You're sure married to a prize, Stu. Think we're going out for a nice day at the track? I gotta ruin that. Then I gotta get us almost arrested. Top of everything, I gotta throw away our rent money. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know it's stale, but I'm sorry. What's so funny? It's real funny, huh? It's real funny because I'm stupid, huh? 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 Boy, baby, you sure married a real stoop.
Oh, I love the stoop I married, Ralph.
You're the greatest. Hiya, hon.
Hi, Ralph.
What are you doing?
Well, you know how for the past year you've been promising me you'd clean out the bedroom closet?
Yeah?
Well, I'm keeping your promise.
Sorry, if I knew there was such a rush about it, I'd taken care of it right away. What are you going to do with all that stuff?
Oh, I'm going to take it down to the cellar.
You don't have to do that, sweetie. I'll take it down.
All right, Ralph. I'll finish up in here.
All right.
Hey there. Hey there, Ralphie boy.
I thought you were going to meet me this afternoon and have lunch with me.
Oh, I couldn't make it, Ralph. I'm sorry. I had to be down there at City Hall. I had to fill out an application so I could take one of those civil service examinations for a new job.
A new job? But you got a job in the sewer.
I know. You're like a lot of people. They all say to me, you got a very good job in the sewer. You know, they think just because my job is unusual, you know, that it's glamorous and exciting. Well, it ain't true. You ask any sewer worker, all that glitters is not gold.
What kind of a job are you trying out for?
Sewer inspector.
Well, good luck.
Good luck. I think I'm going to need it. Listen, when I was down there, I noticed a lot of civil service jobs open, and there was one in particular that would fit you to a T. Just right in your alley. Senior clerk in transit authority.
Transit authority?
Certainly. Look, I brought an application here, see, so you can fill it out. Good pay, easy hours, steady advancement. In no time, you could be boss of the whole company.
Nah, they probably want a businessman. You know, a guy that can run an organization. Here.
Well, you could try it, couldn't you?
What's the sense of trying? I wouldn't make it. Here, open that door. I gotta take this stuff down the cellar.
Wait a minute, Ralph. These go out, too.
Wait a minute. What are you doing? You're not throwing out my cornet, are you?
Well, why not, Ralph? You never play it anymore. It's just gathering dust.
What's that got to do with it? There's a lot of tender memories attached to that cornet. My father gave it to me. I grew up with it. It's part of my youth.
Oh, Ralph, you act as if I was throwing out your pool cue.
I don't care, Alice. I want to keep it.
Will you be sensible, Ralph? You don't play it anymore.
That's got nothing to do with it. I want to keep it.
All right, Ralph. You haven't touched it in years.
I want to keep it.
Okay, he's right, Alice. He hasn't touched his toes in years either. He still wants to keep them.
You do me a favor and stay out of this.
Boy, give us a little tune there. Whack out a little rock and roll in there.
Well, I don't know how the old lip is, but I'll take a crack at it.
Stand back, Ed. This is liable to be messy.
You're liable to be messy in about 5 seconds.
Not so loud, Ralph. You'll disturb the neighbors.
Maybe this is one of those high-frequency cornets that only dogs can hear.
What is a sock doing in my cornet?
Must be one of the tender memories that's attached to it.
All right, now keep quiet, everybody, and I'll play a little tune.
Rip it out in there.
I don't know if I still remember that song I used to play. Get the music right here. I could never hit that high note.
You know something? I liked it better with a sock in it.
I'd like you a little better with a sock in it.
Hey, hand it over. Give me a try at it.
You play the cornet?
No, I know. I never tried, but let's have it.
Are you crazy?
Gabriel, would you mind getting the clothes down to the cellar? I'd like to set the table.
Do me a favor, will you, Norton? Will you take that stuff down to the cellar? I want to fool around with this.
You're going to play that song again?
Yeah.
I'll be very happy to take this stuff.
Wise guy.
He certainly is.
You know something? I made a big mistake by not taking lessons on this thing right straight through. I might have been a big musician today. My own orchestra. Maybe another Harry James. That's the story of my life. I could always make great starts, but I never finished. Never finished anything. Could never hit the high note on anything I tried. You know, one time my uncle wanted to make me an architect. You know, I was very good at designing things and building things. Gave me some free instruction. Then the Charleston come out. I quit architecture to take a couple of dancing lessons. Never stuck with anything. Never hit the high note. I might have been the guy that built the Empire State Building if I'd stuck at that. Come in.
Excuse me. My name is Gunther. This is Mrs. Gunther.
How
We're sorry to intrude, but I wonder if we could ask a favor of you.
What is it?
Well, maybe you'll think this is silly, but...
You see, we used to live in this apartment.
You used to live here?
Yes, many years ago. Yeah, this was our first home after we were married.
How about that, Alice? They used to live here.
How nice. Well, what can we do for you?
Well, I'm afraid you'll think us terribly sentimental, but this is our 40th wedding anniversary, and we wondered if we could take a look about the place.
Your anniversary, huh? How about that? You lived here 40 years ago?
Oh, August, the place hasn't changed a bit.
August? August Gunther. You're not the August Gunter that makes the donuts, are you?
I am.
Are you that guy? They're my favorite donuts. I eat them all the time.
I'm glad you like my product, Mr. Crandon. Well, dear, have you seen enough?
I suppose this place must have a lot of memories for you.
Oh, yes. We were very happy here.
Would you like to see the other room?
May I?
Of course.
Is the view from the back still blocked by that laundry?
Oh, no, they tore that laundry down. Now you can see the kitchen of the Chinese restaurant.
I envy you, Mr. Crandon. You're young. Life and opportunity lie before you. Oh, things may look a little bit difficult now, but when you've moved on to higher things, you look back and you realize that you enjoyed every moment of the struggle.
Say, tell me something. How did you become a success? Would you tell me?
Well, gladly. One day, well, it was in this very room, as a matter of fact, I decided that I was going to be a success. And I said, nothing is going to stand in my way.
Right here in this room, huh?
Yeah. Well, I knew that to be a success, a man had to have certain qualities. So I took stock of myself. I made a list of my weaknesses and my strong points. And then I concentrated on eliminating the weaknesses and building up the strong points, making them stronger. And from that moment, Mr. Crandon, I have never let an opportunity get away from me.
You did that right in this room, huh?
Yeah.
Took stock of yourself.
Yeah.
Made a list of all your faults. You never made a mistake again.
Well, I did make one mistake. I loaned my brother-in-law money to go into business.
What kind of business was he in?
The donut business.
Oh.
Thank you very much, my dear. And thank you, too, Mr.
You're very
Crandon.
welcome, Mrs. Gunter.
You've been very kind.
Thank you.
Well, so we go down there?
Yes.
Well, nice to have seen you.
Oh,
Happy anniversary.
Yes, happy
You've been-
anniversary to you
very
both.
much.
You've been very kind to us.
Perfectly all right.
Good day to you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Gee, aren't they a sweet couple, Ralph? Is this a private parade, or can anybody march in it?
Alice, I am going to be a success.
You are.
I know I said it before, but this time I really mean it. Now I know why I haven't been a success up to now. Now I know. That Mr. Gunter opened my eyes. It's my fault that I haven't been a success. My fault. But things are going to be different from here on in. Things are going to be much different. I'm going to take stock of myself. I'm going to list my mistakes and my strong points.
Oh, Ralph, what's happened to you? I've never seen you like this before.
There you are. The change has taken place already. Even you're amazed. I'm going after success. I'm not going to wait till it hits me. I'm going out and grab it. This application that Norton brought in. A job as senior clerk. That's me. I'm going to take that job. I'm going to pass this test. And I'm going up. I'm going to work hard, and I'm going up. Up, up, up. I'm going to hit that high note, Alice. Don't worry, I'll hit it. I'll hit it. Where you going with that?
I'm just going to put it in the drawer, Ralph, where it'll be out of the way.
Put it right back where you found it. I want it around as a constant reminder that I gotta hit the high note.
All right, Ralph, anything you say. If this cornet'll make you do what you say you're going to do, I'll wear it around my neck.
Don't worry, sweetheart. This time I'm not gonna fail. Now look, I got a line down the center of the paper. On this side, I'm gonna list all my weak points, and on the right side, I'll list all my strong points. Now, for instance, what are one of my weak points?
Well, you were late for work twice last week.
Very good. Oversleeping. Now, what other weak point have I got besides sleeping too much?
You snore.
Snoring? Hey, Alice,
You gonna play mahjong, or aren't you? The Trixie and the girls are waiting there up there for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm going right up, Ed. I'm sorry, Ralph, about the snoring. I was only joking.
Oh, that's okay, sweetie.
What are you doing in there, Alfie boy?
I'm making a list of all my weak points.
Oh. That all the paper you're gonna use?
Ordinarily, the old Ralph Cramden would have got steamed at that remark and probably put you out. But this is the new Ralph Cramden, and temper has no place in his nature. Now, if you want to be quiet, you can sit down. Just leave me alone. I'm hard at work.
You won't even know I'm here.
This is important to me.
Okay, I'm sorry. While you're doing that, you want me to polish up the old cornet?
Do anything you want, just as long as you be quiet.
All righty. Why do you keep the cornet polished?
I haven't got any cornet polish. Use something else to polish it.
All right, as my granddaddy used to say, there's always hope when you got water and soap. Happy New Year! Well, I'll tell you, this ought to blow like a bell now, huh?
Come on! I'm trying to rearrange my lap and you're blowing a bugle.
All right, I apologize. I'm sorry. I know what you're going through. Why don't you let me list down your bad points?
Why should I let you list them?
Because I can be more honest. It's more impersonal. A person don't look at himself like others see him. You remember Dickens?
Maybe you're right about that. All right, let's try it. Here, you list my bad points, and I'll work on my good points.
All right. You list the good points, I'll list the bad points.
All right. Oh, you're gonna get it, Norton. You're gonna get it. All right. Bad points. 1, rotten pool player. 2, rotten bowler. 3, rotten cornet player. 4, can't speak French. 5, doesn't pay his debts. What do you mean I don't pay my debts?
Just what I said. You owe me $2 for the last month.
All right, Norton. There's your $2. Now scratch out doesn't pay his debts.
I knew it'd work.
All right, that's about all of that.
Let me see what you
You're
wrote.
not supposed to put anything stupid down like I don't speak French. This is important to me.
I know it's important. I know. Let me see what you wrote down.
I haven't put anything down yet.
You haven't, huh?
Got so many good points, I don't know where to start.
Yeah. I'll put down your good points. Ralph Cramden's good points.
go ahead and finish.
I'm finished.
You're finished. How can you finish when you were writing down my mistakes? It took you a half hour. Now it takes you 5 seconds. Ralph Cramden, the sweetest guy in the world. That's a very nice compliment, Norton. I appreciate that.
Well, now maybe you realize that I'm all for you.
I'm sorry if I was a little loud with you. You see, this is pretty important to me this time, Norton. I don't want to fail. I want to make a success of myself. I want to hit that high note.
I know that. I want you to take the test for senior clerk in transit authority. I want you to pass it because I'm going to be proud of you.
I'm going to be proud of you too, Norton. Because you're going to pass that test. And when people ask me what my best friend does for a living, I'll be proud to say that he's a sewer inspector.
Boy, I'm telling you, hey, wouldn't it be something there if both of us got these jobs? You be the senior clerk in transit authority, I'd be the sewer inspector. Boy, I'm telling you, we'd have the city running like clockwork. You up above there running things and making things move along, and me down below there making things move along.
I got these eggs that you wanted, but I wasn't able to get the civil service newspaper. Doesn't come out until 6 o'clock.
Oh, dear. Well, we've waited a week. I guess we can wait another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm dying to find out if Ralph and Ed passed the test for their new jobs.
Oh, I know. I just chewed up my last fingernail.
Well, Ralph will be sure to bring one home.
Yeah. Alice, how come you wanted just those eggs? You and Ralph going out to dinner tonight?
No, Ralph's going to shop for dinner on his way home from work.
Ralph shopping for dinner? How come?
Well, he's correcting fault number, 18. Treats wife like workhorse.
Oh.
You know, he even washed the dishes last night. Honestly, Trixie, the new Ralph Cramden's got a surprise for me every minute.
Oh.
Would you believe it, Trixie? This morning he insisted on making the beds before he went to work.
Gee, that's wonderful.
What's wonderful? He got me up at 5:30 so he could make them.
Oh, I see.
Hiya, hon.
Oh, hiya, Ralph.
Hiya, Trix.
Did you get the civil service newspaper?
No, it hasn't come out yet. I'll get it right after dinner. What are you worried about? I passed the test. Hey, you look pretty sharp tonight, Trixie.
Oh, I was at the beauty parlor this afternoon.
Yeah, I can tell. They did a good diet job on your hair. Looks real natural.
Yeah. I'll see you later, Alice.
All right, Trix.
What's the matter with her?
Nothing, Ralph. She's just not used to your compliments.
You know, I've been finding that out all day. That's my new technique, you know. I compliment everybody I meet. That's to enhance the value of my good point. You know, the sweetest guy in the world. Oh, by the way, I corrected another fault today.
You did? Which one?
Number 22. Let's see. Argues too much. For instance, I was down at Depot, and Joe Cassidy is talking to a bunch of the guys. So he says the population of New York City is 9 million people. Well, I know that it's 7 million people. But did I argue with him? No. Instead, I just looked him right in the face and I said, oh, yeah? And I walked away from him. You should see how foolish he looked standing there.
Ralph, there are 9 million people in New York.
Are you crazy or something? Oh, yeah? What's that for?
For being so sweet and for trying so hard. I'm proud of you, Ralph.
Thank you, sweetheart. Glad you're proud of me because I'm going to be a success, honey. I'm going to make it this time.
I know you are. I certainly hope you passed that test, Ralph, and I hope Norton passed his, too.
Well, I'm not worried about me passing it, but I'm not too sure of Norton. Not if he's going to answer all the questions like he told me he answered one of the questions they gave him.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, it was one of those questions where you have a choice of what you want to answer, you know. It said if you were heating your own home and oil was 12 cents a gallon and it went up 7%, and coal at the same time was $14 a ton and that went up 9%, well, what would you do? What do you think Norton says? Pack up and move to Florida. I'm going in and wash up. I'll be out.
All right, Ralph. Oh, you got the paper.
Yeah. Read it and weep.
Ed, you didn't pass the test for sewer inspector.
No, I washed out.
Oh, I am sorry, Ed. But what about Ralph?
What about Ralph? That's a silly question. Think I look this sad just for myself alone, you think?
Oh, Ed, this is terrible.
Hiya, Norton. What's the matter with you two? What do you got behind your back? I didn't pass the test, huh? Failed again?
Well, Ralph, I guess you and me is just a couple of hangnails on the fickle finger of fate.
Ralph.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything, Alice. I know how you feel. You know how I feel. Boy, what a mokes I am. I'm gonna make good. I'm gonna list all my weak points, and I'm gonna list all my strong points. I'm gonna be a success. Not gonna be a failure anymore. All right, that's a laugh.
No, it's not a laugh. The new Ralph Cramden is a wonderful man. And what he's done in the past few weeks, Ralph, isn't foolish, and it isn't a lot of malarkey. And I'm not going to let you tear him down just because you had one disappointment. Don't you see, Ralph? You can't win the very first time. You got to keep trying and trying. So you didn't pass the test the first time. There's always next year and the year after. I like the new Ralph Cramden, and I'm not going to let you give up. And if the old Ralph Cramden ever shows his face around here again, I am going to hit him right on top of the head with this cornet.
You know something? I did hit that high note once. The day I married you. Well, that's a little piece of it, Alice.
Say, Alice, are you sure you gave me Joe Muntie's number right?
Yeah, I think so.
There's still no answer. But I got a hold of everybody else, and they're all coming. They'll be here tomorrow night at 6.
Oh, that's wonderful. I hope you remember to tell Bill Cassidy not to breathe a word of this to Ralph at work. I want this to be one birthday that's really a surprise for Ralph.
Oh, you don't have to worry about Bill. He told me that if he had his way, he wouldn't even tell his wife about the party.
Oh, well, now listen, to make sure that it doesn't leak out, Trix, don't even tell Ed. Ed would be sure to tell Ralph.
Yeah.
Now, I've got my shopping list all made out for tomorrow morning. I'm going to serve sandwiches, ice cream, coffee, punch, potato chips, peanuts, chocolate cake with happy birthday to Ralph on it. Well, on second thought, I better make that coconut cake.
Why? Ralph's crazy about chocolate cake.
That's just it. I bought him a new belt for his birthday, and I want to make sure it fits the day after.
Oh. Well, you could always exchange it for a larger size.
There is no larger size. If this belt doesn't fit Ralph, then it's back to safety pins.
Oh, gee, Alice, the boys will be coming home pretty soon from the lodge meeting, so I got to get back upstairs. But look, honey, if there's anything else you want me to do for you, just let me know.
All right. Thanks a million, Trix.
Okay. Good night, Alice.
Night.
Hi, hon.
Come on in, Norton. She's up.
Well? How about a little pizza?
Yeah. How about a little pizza, Alice?
Oh, no, thanks, Ralph. I'm going to bed.
Going to bed?
Yeah, and Ralph doesn't want any pizza either.
What do you mean I don't want any pizza? I'm hungry.
Ralph, I made you a very nice salad, and it's in the icebox. Now, good night, honey. Good night, Ed. Ralph, salad.
Good night.
You, want me to take this pizza upstairs, sort of remove the temptation?
What do you think I am, a child or something? That if anything's in front of me, I gotta eat it? Who needs it? I got a salad. Not a bad one either. Everything on here is good for you. Got carrots for your eyes. Got beets for your blood. There's lettuce for your teeth. Everything's good. Everything's good for something on this plate.
Whoa, little pizza ain't good for nothing. Boy, I'm telling you, if pizzas were manhole covers, the sewer would be a paradise.
Will you stop waving that thing?
I thought you said it didn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me. You want to eat it, go ahead and eat it. Just don't eat it and enjoy it so much.
You want some pizza?
Yes.
You can't have it. It's not that I'm selfish, that I don't want to give you any. It's not any good for you, that's all.
I didn't ask you for a half a pizza or a quarter of a pizza or even an eighth of a pizza. All I want is a teensy-weensy little piece to find out what it tastes like.
Well, all right, I guess a teensy-weensy little piece won't hurt.
And what am I gonna do with that?
What's the matter? Ain't enough for you? You want more?
Yes, I want more.
Look, if you wanted a teensy-weensy piece, why didn't you ask? This is an itsy-bitsy piece. This is a teensy-weensy piece. If you wanted an itsy-bitsy piece, which is bigger, then you should have asked. This is teensy-weensy.
Sit down and eat. Hey. What do you make of this?
Sandwiches, ice cream, coffee, cake, with Happy Birthday Ralph on it. Hey, looks like they're gonna have a birthday party.
How about that?
This is a list of the people that gonna be invited.
How about that? She didn't forget my birthday. She's even gonna run me a party.
Yeah. It's too bad you're not gonna be here to enjoy it.
What do you mean I'm not gonna be here?
You're not invited. Your name ain't on the list.
How about that? She's running a surprise party for me. I haven't had a surprise party in my whole life.
Well, it's too bad you've seen this, Ralph. I mean, she went to a lot of trouble to order the groceries and inviting all these people. You probably break her heart.
You don't think for 1 minute that I'm going to let her know that I know that she's running a party for me, do you? I'm going to make believe I know nothing about it. You know, I'll act surprised. I'll come home tomorrow and I'll say, oh, ho, ho, what a surprise.
No, you don't do it. Look, listen to me, will you? You come home tomorrow night, you open up the door. There in front of you is a sea of faces. You're flabbergasted. You get choked up. You're right up to here. Your eyes start welling up with tears. You can't talk. You can't even find your voice. And then you finally... Look, let me be you. I'm coming in the door now. You tomorrow night coming in. Now watch. Right, see. Where's the blind?
Will you shut up? Oh, you woke her up. It's nothing, Alice. Nothing at all. Norton was just showing me something.
That's I just giving him a little acting lesson, Alice, when he comes home tomorrow night.
Nothing. Go to bed, hon. Shut up and eat your pizza. Salad.
Now, as for for this room, I think I'll do the walls in green. Yes, a nice, cool, pale green.
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Believe me, my dear, when I finish decorating this place, it'll be a different apartment. Now, all that remains is for you to okay my choice of materials for the drapes and furniture. I've got some samples here.
Uh-huh. Hi, Helen. Oh, Trix, the most wonderful thing has happened. I'm going to have my whole apartment redecorated.
No.
Yes. This is Andre. He's the interior decorator for Morgan's department store. And the most wonderful thing about it is that it's all going to be done for free. Morgan's department store is going to do the whole place for nothing.
Morgan's department store for nothing?
Yes. I went down to Morgan's this afternoon looking around for some curtain material, and I was just kind of browsing around, and then Andre came over, and he started to ask me a couple of questions, and next thing I knew, he had offered to decorate the apartment for nothing.
Well, you see, it's all part of an advertising campaign. Morgan's wants to show what you can do with a little money and a bit of ingenuity.
Trix is going to be in the Sunday papers. Pictures of this apartment before and after.
But so soon?
Well, it only takes a day. They're going to come in tomorrow morning, and they'll all be finished by tomorrow night.
So we haven't much time, my dear. Will you look at these samples, please?
Oh, well, do we have to look at them now? My husband will be home any minute.
But surely your husband will be delighted.
Well, that's just it. I'd like it to be a surprise for him. And I hate to ask you this, but if you don't mind, could you come back a little later, say about 8 o'clock? Because my husband goes bowling tonight.
Alice, what about the birthday party tonight?
Oh, well, I canceled that, Trix. I called everybody up and I said, make it tomorrow night.
Oh.
See, with the apartment redecorated and all, it'll really be a surprise for Ralph.
All right. I'll be back around 8, and I'll see you then.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks.
Oh, may I ask, when was this apartment decorated last?
When? It was about 2 years ago when my nephew came in with an ice cream cone. Hi.
Oh, Alice, isn't he cute? And such lovely manners. Oh, Ed used to have manners like that.
Well, so did Ralph.
What's happened to their manners anyway?
Don't you know? They swapped them for a marriage license. Oh, Andre left one of his gloves.
Oh.
I better hide it because I don't want Ralph to know he's been here.
Yeah. Say, Alice,
Yeah.
I just put a hem in that new dress of mine, and I was wondering if you could come upstairs and see if I got it straight.
Oh, sure, Trix. I'll be right up, but I just want to go in and take these shoes off because they're killing me.
Oh, all right. Well, look, I'll go up and get into it first, and you come up in the meantime.
All right, I'll be right up.
Okay.
Oh, what a surprise!
Oh, hiya, Ralph.
Hiya.
I'll get your supper ready for you right away because I know you want to go bowling tonight. What are you looking around for?
Nothing. Just seems a little quiet here, that's all.
Quiet? Why do you say that?
I don't know, it just seems quiet.
Well, I should think you'd be thankful for that, Ralph. Any man who works as hard as you do all day doesn't want to come home to a noisy apartment.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it noisy now and then, you know, like once a year.
Well, I've got to run up to Trix's, Ralph.
Oh. You're going up to Trixie's, huh?
Yeah.
Want me to come along?
What for? I'm only going to look at the hem on her dress.
Oh, gotta look at him.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll wait down here. I'll be ready when you call me. Happy birthday, Ralph. Happy birthday to you, Ralph. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Ralph. Happy birthday to you. Well, so it's upstairs, huh?
What upstairs? What's upstairs? What?
The party is upstairs in your place.
If there's a party upstairs, what would I be doing down here dancing with you?
I don't understand. Now, we saw the list of the food and the guests that were supposed to come, and she's all dressed up.
Wait a minute. I think I got it.
You know how?
Yeah. Alice makes out a list of the groceries she's going to get for the party. She makes a list out of the people she's going to invite to the party. And then she lets you find those lists right here, see? That's the surprise.
What?
There ain't going to be no party.
Get out! Get out! Trixie? Did you find out anything?
Didn't find out a thing.
I was just down to Manicotti. She doesn't know anything about a surprise party either. I don't understand it. Why should she call the party off? And more than a party, never once since we've been married has she ever forgotten my birthday. She always gives me a gift, at least. Wait a minute, that proves there's a party.
Why?
That's why she hasn't given me the gift yet. She's waiting until the party starts before she gives me the gift. I'll prove it to you. I'll find the gift. Don't worry, I'll find it. Gotta be in here someplace.
Hey, nice looking pair of gloves, Ralph. Where's the other one?
How should I know? They're not my gloves.
No, I guess they're not your gloves. The guy that left this here must be a real snappy dresser, huh?
What do you mean, the guy that left that here? Maybe Alice found it someplace.
Oh, that's right. She probably found it and brought it home and stuck it under the pillowcases there and put it in the back of the drawer.
Let me see that. Now, what would a man be doing up here in this apartment? And why should she hide his glove under some things in the drawer?
Wait a minute. Well, I know just exactly what you're thinking. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Alice is true blue.
You're right, Norton. I am ashamed of myself. I don't know what's the matter with me. I'm all mixed up on account of the party. That's what it is.
That's it.
I should be suspicious of her looking at another man. There's a laugh. With me around? You know, funny part about it is, when she dresses up good, like she's dressed tonight, she's the one that's in danger. Any guy that sees her's got to go for her like that.
Oh, sure.
But she'd never go for anybody. I'm not suspicious about her, boy. Not in the least. Not the least suspicious of her. What are you doing all dressed up?
Dressed up? You mean this old thing?
What do you mean, old thing? You've only had it a couple of years. Why are you wearing it?
I decided I'd break it in. And besides, Winston Churchill was here to tea, and I couldn't greet dear old Winnie in just anything. I'll only be a minute, Ralph. I gotta match up some thread for Trixie, and then I'll come right down and fix your supper, because I know that you want to go bowling tonight.
What are you gonna do when I'm out bowling tonight, Alice?
Same as usual.
Well, I know that you mean you'll be all alone here, and, well, I don't think I should leave you alone tonight. I don't think I'll go bowling.
You won't go, but Ralph, you got it. Ralph, you go bowling every Thursday night. Now, isn't that silly? You go right ahead and enjoy yourself. Don't you worry about me. I won't be lonely.
There is something strange taking place in this house. There's something funny going on, Norton. Why should she call the party off? Why? Why should she get all dressed up? Now, what do we do from there?
Alice been smoking cigars lately?
That proves it. That proves it.
Now we know even more about him. He wears gloves, smokes expensive cigars, and he's got a guilty conscience.
Oh, why don't you shut up? Just a moment. Now I know why she called off the party.
Why?
Because he's coming here tonight, that's why. That's why she was so anxious for me to go bowling, because he was coming here. Just wait till I get my hands on him.
Wait a minute, let me think just a minute. He left the glove here, he left the cigar butt. I got it. Maybe Alice wasn't kidding. Maybe Winston Churchill was here today.
Ralph, it's 7:45. You're going to be late for bowling.
All right, Ralphie boy, how about a little bowling?
What is the matter with you? Here, my home is being broken up, my happiness destroyed, and you want to know if I'm ready to go bowling.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ralph. How about shooting a little pool? look. Just don't sit here eating your heart out and everything. Why don't you call your wife out here and let's clear the air? Get her out here and demand an explanation.
Oh, I got some case. Some case. You don't think she's gonna admit to anything, do you? All I want to do is get my hands on that guy, that's all.
Well, it's not like we don't know anything about the guy. We know he wears the gloves and smokes the expensive cigars.
I know, and we're not taking any ads in the paper either. Now, look. That guy's coming here tonight. But if he knows I'm here, he's not coming in. She'll get word to him somehow that I'm here. All I have to do, if she wants to play that game, I can play the same game. She's anxious for me to go bowling, so this guy can come here and she can have a meeting with him. Okay. But I'm gonna fool her. I'm gonna fool her, Norton. I'm going bowling. But I'm not going bowling.
You're not only gonna fool her, you got me all mixed up.
Don't you understand? I'll tell her I'm going bowling. And I'll say goodbye. Slam the door, we open the window, we get out on a fire escape. And we stay there until this bum shows up. Then I can hear and see everything they do.
No, wait a minute. I mean, you're not gonna stoop so low as to go out there on that there fire escape and spy in here on your wife, are you? I mean, let's face it, that went out with the Stone Age when people were uncivilized, that's all. I mean, you just can't do a thing like that today.
Well, what am I gonna do?
Do what any civilized man would do. Hide a dictaphone here in the room.
Will you let me handle it my way? Take your collar. Here. Now, first of all, we open the window. It's stuck. Hold it. Help me with this thing. All right, now. Alice! Alice, honey, I'm going bowling now.
All right, Ralph. Have a good time.
Okay.
I'm going too, Alice. There won't be anybody here to bother you. Don't worry if I'm not back early. I'm going to stop off after I play and have a little salad.
All right, honey. Take your time.
Okay, I'm going now. Get them. Come on.
I'll be right there. Oh, hello. Come in, Andre.
Hello, my dear. Is it safe to come in? Is your husband gone?
Oh, yes, it's safe. He's gone. He won't be home until late.
Oh, good. You know, I feel a little uncomfortable about this. I usually like to get the husband's approval.
Well, you know, right after you left, I was kind of thinking it over, you know, when you left this afternoon, and I thought maybe I'd tell him, but it's so much more fun this way.
All right, my dear, but you know, sometimes the husband comes up with a pretty useful suggestion.
Well, I really think this way is best. You know, Ralph has such old-fashioned ideas. He'd just make things difficult for you.
I see. Well, I've got it all arranged for tomorrow morning. What time does your husband leave?
Well, usually about 7.
7? I don't suppose it's possible to get him out any earlier, is it?
I could try, but I don't want to do anything to make him suspicious.
All right.
I mean, you know, I've gotten along this far without his catching on, and I'd certainly hate to do anything to spoil it now.
All right, I'll be here at 7:15. Oh, well, by the way, did I leave one of my gloves when I was here this afternoon?
Yes, you did, and I hid it in the drawer so Ralph wouldn't see it. I'll get it for you now. Well, now, that's funny. I know I put it in here. Now, where do you suppose that could be?
Right down your throat, you gigolo!
Ralph!
Don't you rough me! So I'm old-fashioned, huh? I got old-fashioned ideas and I'm difficult. Well, you see how difficult I make it for him to put his hat on. He ain't gonna have any head.
I'm through, Mrs. Cranston.
You're through, all right. Will you help me out of here? Let me out of my way.
Just one moment. You listen to me.
I don't want to listen to nothing. Out of my way.
You listen to me. I'm going to tell you what you've just done, Ralph. We were going to have this whole apartment redecorated. New drapes, new rugs, new furniture, Ralph. That gigolo, as you call him, happens to be Andre, the interior decorator from Morgan's department store. And Morgan's department store, Ralph, was going to decorate this entire apartment for us for nothing, for an advertising stunt. Wasn't going to cost us 1 cent, Ralph, not 1 penny. And you had to go and spoil everything.
You don't want to go bowling. I mean, you don't want to go bowling now, do you? I'll go bowling. You don't want to go.
Mokes. I did it again. Sorry if I'm jealous, but just the mere thought of any guy even looking at you is enough to drive me nuts. I don't know what to say or what to do, and I wouldn't blame you if you never spoke to me again. What's that?
Happy birthday, Ralph.
Baby, you're the greatest. Sweetheart, I see you have my favorite dessert, chocolate fudge cake.
Yeah, but it's not for you, Ralph. It's for that new neighbor that moved next door. All the women in the building are making him a little something, you know, sort of like a welcome gift.
Oh, so they finally rented Fogarty's old flat, huh?
Yeah.
When did they move in?
This afternoon, only it's not a they, it's a he.
Oh, yeah? What kind of a looking guy is he?
Oh, I don't know, Ralph. He's kind of tall and has gray hair. Why don't you go over and meet him after supper?
I will.
Listen, honey, I've got to go up and get the wash off the roof. Would you mind keeping an eye on the stew for me?
All right.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Okay, hon.
Hey, go, Ralphie. Hey, there, Ralphie boy. I was just going to visit a new neighbor. You want to come along with me?
I can't. We're going to sit down to supper in a minute.
Oh, well, Trixie made some potato salad and wanted me to bring it to him.
Oh, Alice made him one of those chocolate fudge cakes.
Oh, yeah? Well, our wives are getting to be a couple of regular welcome wagons.
Well, I guess they feel sorry for the old guy living alone like that, you know.
What, he's an old guy?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him, but she says he's got gray hair and that he lives alone. Probably a widower or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that must be murder. Living alone like that, coming home from work, nobody there.
Well, I know. I think I know sort of what it must be like. I had an old uncle that was a bachelor, you know. Every time he come home from work, nobody there. But what made it worse was he was a night watchman, see. Even when he went to work, there was nobody there.
You know, we don't realize how lucky we are. At least when we come home every night, there's somebody there.
Yep. Every night, there's always somebody there. Some nights there's two of them, Trixie and her old lady.
Yeah, but you know in your heart and soul, Norton, that you wouldn't trade your place with that guy next door for anything in the world.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's one consolation. He won't be living alone much longer.
What are you talking about?
After he eats Trixie's potato salad, he'll be needing a new nurse, and he won't be living alive.
Well, guy like that, I'll tell you what. Why don't we go after supper? We go next door and play a game of checkers with him. You know, old guys like games like that.
Good idea.
Yeah?
Oh, pardon me, I was, just wondering if I could borrow a hammer. I'm just moving in and I have to open a crate.
Hey, how do you like that? We have two guys moving in today, him and the old guy next door.
But I took the apartment next door. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Carlos Sanchez.
How are you? Moving in next door?
Yeah.
An old guy, this boy looks pretty well preserved. You don't exactly look like the type that cares for checkers either.
Don't mind my friend, he's a little confused. Somehow or another, I got the impression that you were much older.
Oh.
Pardon me, my name is Ralph Cramden. This is my friend Ed Norton. He lives upstairs.
Oh, you must be Trixie's husband.
Yeah, I'm not Trixie's husband, yeah.
I met her a little while ago. A very lovely woman.
Oh, thank you. You got to meet quite a few people there in a short time, didn't you?
Well, I kind of like to know who my neighbors are.
Oh, well, you better get to know Trixie and me pretty fast because we may be moving tomorrow.
Oh, really? Trixie never mentioned it.
Trixie don't know it yet.
Don't you think you might have made a little mistake moving into a strange neighborhood like this, you know, knowing nobody with you being all alone and everything? And besides, you know, this is kind of a noisy neighborhood. You might not get much sleep at night.
Oh, well, thanks for the warning, Mr. Crampton, but that don't bother me. You know, I won't be around here very much at nights. I work nights.
What are you, a garbage man?
No, I'm a dancer.
Dance?
Yes, I do a mambo and South American specialty. Well, I guess I won't be seeing too much of you fellows. You probably work days and are around here at nights. I'm just the opposite. I'll be working at nights, and I'll be around here all day.
You mean that while we're working in the daytime, you're going to be around here all the time?
That's right.
Come in.
Open up, Ralph. I got the wash.
Yeah.
Boy, this is heavy, Ralph.
Oh, here, Mrs. Crampton. Let me help you with that.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
Where'll I put it?
Oh, right on the table will be all right.
You know, Mrs. Crampton, you shouldn't be carrying heavy things like this. Not with those delicate hands of yours.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. I wish somebody else around here would be concerned about things like that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times not to carry a heavy wash like that. Now, the next time you have a heavy wash like that, make 2 trips.
Thanks.
Here, Mrs. Crampton, you must be tired. You better sit down.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
And, by the way, Mrs. Crampton, if we're going to be neighbors, stop that Mr. Sanchez. It's Carlos.
Oh, all right, Carlos. By the way, what about having supper with us
He
tonight?
can't have supper with us tonight. He's opening some crates in there. That's what he come in here for, a hammer. I'll get it for you right now, pal. Here's your hammer. And if you don't mind, hasta la vista.
Well, I guess I better be going. And, thanks for the hammer, Mrs. Crampton.
What are you thanking her for? I gave it to you.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Mr. Crampton.
All right, casa mananas.
Mr. Norton, give my best to Trixie.
Supper for Alice.
He certainly is sweet, Ralph. Such a gentleman.
Don't call me Mr. Sanchez. Call me Carlos. The dirty old...
Hey, I almost forgot. I gotta get the potato salad, too.
Wait a minute. Are you nuts or something?
What?
You mean to tell me after getting a good look at that guy and knowing what kind of a fella he is, you're going to give him Trixie's potato salad?
Well, certainly. This'll fix his wagon. Before I started eating Trixie's cooking, I was a regular Clark Gable.
Norton, you're beautiful.
Now, listen, Ralph. As long as we're neighbors, you don't have to call me Norton. Call me Eduardo.
Get him!
it better every day. Now I'm going to put on some mambo music, and we'll see how it sounds with that. Then tonight you can try it with your husbands when they come home. Let's see, what have we got here? Tito Rodriguez, claves for mambo.
Oh, pardon me, Carlos. You think I have the hip movement all right?
Oh, that's fine, Mrs. Manicotti. That's just fine. You are going to be a wonderful mambo dancer. All right, here we go.
Teaching us to do the mambo. That's right, Ralph. Carlos was just teaching us to do the mambo.
Oh. Carlos was teaching to do the mambo. Oh, that puts a different light on everything. For a minute there, when I walked in here, I didn't know what you were doing. Now I know. Carlos was teaching to the mambo. That makes a world of difference. Everybody! At your age, should be ashamed of yourself. Now out!
All right, girls, I guess we better call it quits for today.
Quits for today? You'll call it quits for today? Tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year you'll call it quits. And as for you, Rudolph Valentino, out!
What is the matter with you, Ralph?
What's the matter with me? What's the matter with me, Alice? I come home from a hard day's work and you're going like this. And you want to know what's wrong with me?
Oh, Ralph.
Don't you owe Ralph me. How long has this been going on?
Only a few days, Ralph. When Mrs. Stevens found out that Carlos was a mambo dancer, she asked him if he'd teach it to us girls.
Oh, Mrs. Stevens asked him if he'd teach it to you girls. A mambo dancer has to move in next door. It couldn't be a cook or a chef so he could teach how to cook.
Ralph, what's so terrible about learning to do the mambo? Everybody does it now.
Everybody does it, Alice? Everybody does it?
Well, I don't mean everybody.
You said everybody does it. I don't know anybody does the mambo. I don't do it. Norton doesn't do it. My grandmother never did it. Tell me everybody does it.
All right, Ralph. Let's just not discuss it anymore.
We won't discuss it anymore. Your mambo days are over. You want to wiggle over to the stove and get my supper. Mambo. No. Wait a minute. What's that?
Tuna fish. We're going to have tuna fish salad.
Tuna fish? What am I, a cat or something? Why can't I have a hot meal? I'll tell you why I can't have a hot meal. Because you're doing this.
All right, Ralph. I guess the lesson lasted a little longer today, and I lost track of the time.
Oh, is that why? Because the lesson lasted a little longer? I suppose every man in this building's going to have a cold meal, including him. Well, let me tell you something. I know whose fault it is. I know whose fault it is. It's Carlos's fault. And it's not only the mamba. It's not only the mamba, Alice. Not by a long shot it isn't the mamba. It's the other things he does, the fancy manners he has and he parades around with. That's putting nutty ideas in your head.
Sure, Ralph. You think he's a troublemaker. Well, I have got news for you, Ralph. You and Norton and some of the men in this building can learn an awful lot of things from Carlos. He happens to be a gentleman, Ralph, and that seems to be something that you have forgotten all about. He treats us like women. That's something you've forgotten too, Ralph. You seem to have forgotten that I am a woman.
I forgot that you're a woman? How could I? You're always yapping. What do you mean I don't treat you like a woman? I treat you like a woman. I let you sew, I let you cook, I let you wash the windows, I let you clean up. Boys don't do that, Alice.
That's right, Ralph. That's all a wife is to you, Ralph. Just a handy utensil to have around the house. A wife can cook and slave and clean for you all day long. You'd never think of saying something pleasant to her. You wouldn't even think of doing a simple little gentlemanly thing like tipping your hat.
Now, get my stuff!
Yeah, there's yourself.
You're gonna do the mambo. You're gonna do the mambo, but it's gonna be in the moon. I know what you're going through. You don't have to tell me.
I know.
Everybody in the house is knowing it. You know whose trouble it is, don't you? You know who's making trouble? Carlos Sanchez. Oh, sure. He wants everybody to do the mambo and teach him nice manners. All I know is that Alice was satisfied with me for 15 years. Now she wants to change me.
Oh, she's got a nerve. She's got a nerve. She knew when she married you she was getting the worst of it.
You can say that again. Well, I'm telling you that if we don't put a stop to that, Carlos, every husband in this building's gonna be in trouble.
Right.
Come in. Oh, hi, Mr. Manicotti.
Hello, Mr. Crandon. My wife, is she here?
Well, she was here a little while ago, but she left.
She leave a note on the kitchen table. She's coming down here for mambo lesson. That woman is driving me crazy. All she think about is mambo.
There you are, Norton.
She's crazy.
Sure.
All day long she make her like this and like that.
I told you that Carlos is gonna get us all in trouble.
Trouble? And my Angelina, she make her like this. She throw all the dishes off the table, everything.
Here, take her off. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You're just the guy I want to see.
When I left, I forgot my phonograph.
Well, come right in, because I want to talk to you. You've caused about as much trouble in this building for us as you're going to cause. It's all over now, pal. I want to tell you something. You got some nerve parading around in front of our wives with the fancy manners. We have to eat cold suppers on account of your teaching them the mamba. Let me tell you something. It's easy for you, you know, to play Sir Galahad. You don't do any work. When you go to work, you dance. That's no work. When we go to work, we work. Dirty work. Just notice the difference between my hands and your hands. That'll show you the difference in work. The difference between your hands and my friend's hands.
Oh, wait a minute. It's not fair to compare his to mine. I mean, I got mine of water all day.
Oh, shut up. Now, I'm warning you. I don't want any more trouble out of you, or you'll get yours.
All right, if that's the way you want it.
That's the way we want it.
Do you mind if I ask you fellows one question? If your wives want you to do these few little things for them, why don't you do it?
Why don't we do it? You want to know why we don't do it? Yeah. Want to know why we don't do it? Why we don't do it? Why we don't do it? Because it's too much trouble. That's why we don't do it.
Too much trouble. That's why we don't do it.
Well, perhaps I shouldn't say this, but don't you think your wives are worth a lot of trouble? Don't they go to a lot of trouble for you? Don't they cook and sew and darn and clean for you? Perhaps I look at things a little differently. After all, I haven't been able to find the right girl like you fellows have. But I know one thing. If I did find the right one, and she did all those things for me, I know I would do all I could to make her happy. Especially if all she wanted were a few little things like opening a door for her, or putting on a jacket when I came to dinner. Well, don't worry, fellows. I won't give you any more trouble.
Wait a minute, pal. You're right. He's right. You see, the trouble with us guys is whoever we talk about married life to is married. Maybe now and then we ought to talk to a guy like you that's single so we'd know if we're well off or not. Oh. I guess Alice is right. She says we treat the women like they were kitchen utensils. Well, I'm going to be different. What do you say, guys? Let's start being gentlemanly and everything. And, Carlos, would you do me a favor?
Well, what is it?
Would you teach me the mambo?
Oh, sure. It'll be a pleasure.
Yeah?
Well, now, you just watch me and do exactly as I do.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Left.
stay in bed, sweetheart. Don't forget, it's early Sunday morning. We don't have to be to church till 11 o'clock. You just stay in bed, and I'll fix breakfast and serve you in bed.
But, Ralph!
Now, tut-tut, sweetheart. Just lay there and relax, hon. All right, now. Let's see, now. Where are the pots? Alice?
I'll get one for you, Ralph.
All right.
Here.
Thank you. Now,
Ralph, look.
back to bed.
Just please let me make the
Back
breakfast.
to bed, Betty Bye. This is your day to relax, sweetheart. Stop buying these cheap matches. Alice, where's the oatmeal? All you have to do is tell me.
Ralph, look.
Thank
now,
you.
Wait a minute. Now, look. You go in and get dressed. Please let me
Tut,
make the
tut, tut. Get back in the bed.
But, Ralph.
I'll have it ready in a jiffy. Betty, bye. Oh, you're a good one. Alice, where's the coffee?
Ralph, will you please let me get the breakfast? I'm getting tired walking back and forth here.
Look, I'm gonna cook the breakfast. Just tell me where the coffee is. I'll have it on the jiffy.
It's right on top of the icebox, Ralph, in that can. But please, I don't want to have breakfast in bed. Honestly, I'd be much more comfortable out here.
All right, sweetheart. A lady's wishes are my desire. Sit right down. Sit right there, and I'll have everything fixed in a jiffy.
Well, Ralph.
What?
While you're fixing the breakfast, I'll just go in and make the bed.
No, stay right here while the oatmeal's cooking. I'll go in and make the beds. Alice, where are the sheets?
Alice. Alice! Be out in a minute, Trix.
Oh.
Ah, Trixie, you didn't even wait for me. Let me do it.
Oh,
Hey, out there, let me do what I gotta do.
Oh, Ed!
Boy. Bring me into madame.
Hiya, Trix. Hiya.
Hello, Mrs. Crampton. It's nice of you to have us. My, what a beautiful place you have here. By the way, mambo, anyone?
Not now, Ed. He's had me doing the mambo all morning.
Pardon me, Mrs. Crampton. Is your spouse on the premises?
He's in the bedroom making the bed.
Oh, what a gentlemanly thing to do. If you will allow me to take my leave, I will retire to the boudoir and join my bosom companion.
Well, Alice, we wanted them to be gentlemen, but this is terrible. Now, what are we going to do?
I don't know, Trix. Like they say on that television show, we asked for it. I think we're going to get it, too. I'm telling you something. Ralph has been driving me absolutely crazy in the past couple of days, pushing chairs onto me and opening doors for me. And now, just because it's Sunday morning, he's absolutely wearing me out making my breakfast.
You think you got it bad? Whew, wait till I tell you what my Ed did. 2 o'clock this morning, he wanted to get a drink of water. So he wakes me up so he can tip his hat before he leaves.
Now, really?
Yeah.
I tell you something, Trix, if he...
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Norton? Good morning. Would you care to partake of some breakfast with us?
Thanks.
Won't you sit down? Here you are. Sit down, girls. There we go. I'll have it for you in a jiffy. Done to a turn. There you are. Roll that around your mouth.
Ed, why don't you take this?
Oh, no. It's gentlemanlike to wait. I may wait till tomorrow.
Is there anything wrong, Alice?
Oh, no, Ralph. Nothing at all.
Well, let me get you some more then.
No, Ralph.
What?
Please. Please, Ralph. Don't do any more cooking for me. And if you don't mind, would you do me another favor? Please don't push any more chairs under for me, and don't open any doors, and please don't tip your hat anymore either.
Well, I don't understand this. I thought you wanted me to be a gentleman.
Well, I thought that's what I wanted too, Ralph. But I found something out. I found out I've been a pretty lucky girl. 15 years ago, Ralph, I married a man who was absolutely perfect for me. Only I haven't had sense enough to realize it. Would you mind doing me a big favor, sweetie? Would you go back to being the way you were?
Want me to go back to the way I was?
You too, Ed. Go back to the way you were.
You mean it, too? Open the door. I want to go home.
I'll see you later, Alice.
Okay,
Wait a minute. Come back here. Things are like they used to be. Follow me.
Are you, sure that you want me to go back to the old Ralph Crank?
I'm sure.
All right, then listen to this. Get something in your head, Alice. I'm the king here, remember that. This house is my castle. I'm the king. Remember that. King. You are nothing, a peasant. This is my house, my castle. I'm the king. Get my breakfast.
Xin chào các bạn, hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn tô màu bức tranh con gấu. Các bạn là cùng mình tô bức tranh này nhé. Trái tim mình tô màu đỏ này. Con gấu này mình tô màu nâu. Mình tô theo hướng dẫn ở bên dưới. Hướng dẫn tô màu bên dưới bức tranh nhé. Tiếp theo số 5 mình tô màu tím. Số 3 mình tô màu vàng nha. Số 8 mình tô màu xanh lá cây. Các bạn nhớ theo dõi hết video để xem thành quả của mình nha. ơi, vậy là chỉ với ít phút mình đã tô màu xong bức tranh ngày hôm nay rồi đấy. Các bạn hãy cho mình biết ý kiến của các bạn về bức tranh này nha. Video của mình xin được kết thúc ở đây. Các bạn đừng quên nhấn like và đăng ký kênh ở phía dưới để theo dõi những video tiếp theo của mình nhé. Bye bye.